morning, students. Today I will teach you Vistas, chapter number 3. Since chapter 2 and 3 those are omitted, now chapter number 5 will be chapter number 3. The name of the chapter is Should Wizard Hit Mommy? Which wizard? You know that? So should wizard hit mommy? I'll start with this. Should wizard hit mommy? Should Wizard Hit Mommy by John Updike. In Should Wizard Hit Mommy, we have two main characters, Jack, the father, and Jo, his daughter. These two are the main characters. In the story Should Wizard Hit Mommy, John Updike, the author, presents the worldview of a little child. Jo warmly responds to her father's storytelling, but she cannot excuse Roger Skunk's mother for making poor little Roger smell bad again. Her hero must smell like roses and must not stink at any cost. So she wants her father to make a little change in the story. She wants him to tell a different story. In that changed version, the wizard takes a magic wand and hits Roger Skunk's mummy. Roger Skunk is the hero of that story. Now before that, I would like to make your doubts clear. Jack, the father, used to tell stories to his little daughter Jo. Okay. Every story had a little variation from the basic tale. Every time he tells a story, the story has a variation from the basic story. Each story had a little creature, Roger, a wise old owl, and a wizard. Every story, three characters are common. First is Roger, name is common, a wise old owl, and a wizard. Now, in the present story, the father narrated his daughter Jo the story of Roger Skunk. Okay, S-K-U-N-K, so Roger Skunk. Roger Skunk smelled very badly. He smelled badly that all the little creatures kept away from him. They neither gave him company nor played games with him. That's why the Roger Skunk, the hero of the story, because of his bad smell, no other creatures came to play with him. So let's begin. What kind of story is this? Jack the father used to tell stories to his daughter Jo in the evenings and for Saturday naps. Naps is sleeping for a short period of time. The father tells his daughter Jo stories in the evenings and for Saturday naps. Every story was a product of his own head. Every story was the product of father's own head. This custom began when Jo, the daughter, was 2 years old. Now she is 4 years old. It continued nearly for 2 years. So when she was 2 years old, he continued to tell the story till the present. Now she is 4 years old. Each new story was a slight variation from the basic tale. Every story had a small creature, usually named Roger. It could be Roger Fish, Roger Squirrel, Roger Chipmunk. Any, like he made kuch bhi story ko, he made character ko, he used to name it Roger, Roger Monkey, Roger Tiger, any. The main character would be Roger. In every story, Roger went to the wise owl and the owl would send Roger to the wizard. In every story. Now in this story what happens? In the present story was about Roger Skunk, the hero of the story. It was a new animal. They must talk about it at nursery school. Jack had got a new hero. Jack is the father, Jo is the daughter. He started the story like this. Once upon a time, in the deep dark woods, there was a tiny little creature by the name of Roger Skunk. Okay, the father telling the story to his daughter. He smelled very bad. Who smelled very bad? The main character of the story, Roger Skunk. He smelled very bad. He smelled so bad that the other little creatures would not play with him. They would run away. Roger Skunk would stand there all alone. Roger Skunk would stand all alone. Two little round of tears would fall from his eyes because nobody used to be with him. They used to run away from him. When this happened, he would cry. Little Joe could already guess what would be the storyline next. She was very smart. She asked, "Won't he see the owl?" Jack continued. Now Jack said, "Won't he meet the owl?" Who said? The little girl told his father. Now Jack continued. There lived a big wise owl in the tip top of a tree. The father narrated the story. Roger Skunk told him his pathetic tale. What kind of pathetic tale? Roger Skunk, the small creature, would explain his pathetic story. The wise owl advised him to go to the wizard. The Roger Skunk went to meet the owl, the wise old owl, and told the pathetic story. Means when he used to be with friends, no other creatures used to be with him because of his bad smell. When he went near them, all others used to run away. That pathetic tale was told by Roger Skunk to the wise owl. Now the wise owl advised him to go to the wizard. At last, Roger Skunk came to a little white house. He had to cross the dark woods and the swamp. A little old man came out. He had a long white beard and a pointed blue hat. Roger Skunk told the wizard how all the little animals ran away from him. He smelled very bad. Because he smelled very bad. The wizard asked Roger not to get very upset and not to get very closer to him. Inside the house, all the magic things were jumbled together in a big dusty heap. The wizard demanded 7 pennies for the treatment so that he would solve his problem of bad smelling. Who demanded 7 pennies? The wizard. Why did he come to the wizard? Because of the advice of the wise old owl. Who had come to the wizard? Roger Skunk, the little creature, the hero of the story. He demanded 7 pennies. Roger had only 4 pennies with him, therefore he started crying. The wizard sent him to a magic well, where Roger found 3 more pennies there. He took the pennies back to the wizard. The wizard was very happy to see all the 7 coins with Roger Skunk and made him smell like roses. All other little animals gathered around him. Now, after he smelled like roses, all other creatures who always ran away from him used to gather around him. Now he smelled like roses and it smelled so good for everyone. They played games and laughed all afternoon. Roger Skunk's mommy asked him what that awful smell was. The mommy smelled her son differently for the first time. Roger replied that he himself smelled like roses. The wizard made him smell like that. She told Roger that they were going right back to that very awful wizard. She did not like the idea of he is smelling like roses. She demanded to take him back to the wizard. She got angry. But Roger cried that he smelled so bad before all the other animals ran away. Before he smelled bad and all the animals would run away from him. But now that he smelled good and smelled like roses, everybody used to play with him. The mother said that she did not care for that. Rosa's skunk used to smell the way a little skunk should have smelled. So she took her son Rosa's skunk and went to the wizard. She went there with an umbrella and hit that wizard right over his head and complained, why did he do so to her son? The wizard made him smell bad again because he was frightened by the act of Rosa Skunk's mother. This is the first lecture. In the remaining story, I will explain in the second lecture. Thank you.